Hello, and welcome to another meeting of the Lotus Council. So we got ourselves another sealed commander deck. So this is from a set box of Brothers War, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do the thing with my Transformer cards. So I chose Flame War, Brash Veteran, more than meets the eye 2. So cast this card for that and sacrifice another artifact. You put a +1/+1 counter on it and convert it. Activate only as a sorcery. So discard your hand for 1, put all exiled cards you own with intel counters on them into your hand. So you might be wondering how that happens. Well, this is a 2/1 legendary artifact vehicle. As long as it's your turn, this vehicle is also a creature. So it's got Menace and Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile that many cards from the top of your library face down, put an intel counter on each of them, and convert it back. So you can discard your hand and get all those exiled cards back. You might be thinking two's not a lot. Well, just wait and see. Just wait and see. All right, so let's go over some of the creatures. We got a Gixen Puppeteer, Misery Shadow, Eki Coalflinger, we got Liberator Urza's Battlethopter, we got a Gix Yawgmoth Praetor, Ink Eyes Servant of Oni, then we got Starscream. I mean, if we're going to be making evil things, we're going to make evil things. Monastery Swiftspear, one of my favorite cards of all time. It's got haste and prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Then we've got Baby Mishra, we got Mishra Excavation Prodigy, and Ornithopter. I love me some Ornithopter. Phyrexian Revoker, Burnished Heart. It is a little bit of the ramp because you can sack it and look for 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. We've got Levitating Statue. This was a cool one because it's a creature, but it isn't. So this would trigger the prowess on my Monastery Swiftspear, even though it has flying. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this. And for 2 mana, it becomes a 1/1 construct artifact creature until end of turn. Yeah. Okay, so we got Falaji Chain Dancer. For 2, you give it Double Strike. Heavyweight Demolisher, Ashnod's Harvester, and then we got the callback to the Urza lands with the Tron lands. So we got the Tron Workers. So the Plant Worker, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn for 3. But if you control the Mine and Tower Workers, you put 2 +1/+1 counters instead. Yeah. Tower Worker, reach, tap to add 1, but if you control the other 2, you get 3. And Mine Worker, tap, you gain a life. But if you control the other 2, you gain 3 life instead. Really nice callback to those Tron lands. Okay, then we got Junkyard Genius, Falaji Dragon Engine, Gixian Infiltrator, Thraxodomen, Killzone Acrobat, Spectrum Sentinel, Giant Cinder Maw, and then we got some of the removal. Because we're playing Rakdos, we're going to kill things. Some of it our stuff, some of it your stuff. It's just the way it goes. So we got a Power Stone Fracture. So you sacrifice an artifact or creature and destroy target creature or planeswalker. Yep. We got Corrupt, Go for the Throat, Pyretic Blast, Obliterating Bolt, Gix's Command. This is a cool one because this is choose 2. So yeah, you can put +1/+1 counters such as on the commander. Give it lifelink too. Yeah. So good. Okay, we got Diabolic Intent, Painful Quandary. This one is a really great one for commander, I think. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. This is an absolute mega bomb in limited. You got 4 turns if you're not discarding cards. This one I think is one that's being slept on. So good. Gix's Caress, discard, make a Power Stone. Then we got Dreams of Steel and Oil, Mishra's Domination, Moment of Defiance, Whirling Strike. So you might notice a trend with these last few. So Mishra's Command, or Domination, +2/+2, +2/+1, +2/+0, Ashnod's Intervention, +2/+0, And then finally we got Visions of Phyrexia. Yeah, so exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't play a card from exile this turn, create a Power Stone token. Yeah, really good. We got Mishra's Bauble. So this is going to be card draw and ramp. So many good things with these artifact cards in the boosters. Pristine Talisman, Springleaf Drum, Chromatic Star, Gilded Lotus. Then we got ourselves a Sculpting Steel to copy, an artifact on the battlefield. Not just ours, yours too. So we got a Symmetry Matrix, Energy Refractor, Ichor Wellspring, and a Howling Mine. I love Howling Mine. Then we got some reduction and weird things going on. You'll see. So we got Cloud Key, we got Thorn of the Amethyst, non-creature spells cast 1 more to cost. That could suck. Foundry Inspector, artifact spells I cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay, maybe not so bad. Oh, Inspiring Statuary, non-artifact spells I cast have Improvise. Oops, I can pay for it by tapping a creature. Or tapping an artifact, excuse me, sorry. Making a lot of Power Stones, yeah, and other things. So we got a Lodestone Golem. No artifact spells cost 1 more to cast, kind of tying back into that. So basically staxing your opponent while really trying to reduce my own costs. So I got 2 that are going to increase and 3 that will decrease things that I'm doing. So that is really, really cool. Okay, so we got some equipment too. We got Dredging Claw, Swiftfoot Boots, and you know what? We're going to do a Helm of the Host and put it on the Commander. Because why not? We got a Thran Power Suit. Oh, so it gets +1/+1 for each equipment and aura attached to it, and has Ward 2. We got Quicksilver Amulet, basically being able to put a big creature for 4. So if we've got a really huge one, we can drop it for much cheaper. Soul Guide Lantern, because you know what, I'm gonna exile a card and then maybe draw a card or get rid of your library or your graveyard. Yeah. Keening Stone, because why not mill a player and really make them mad? Okay, Supply Drop. Yeah, it's card draw, but bumping. We've got Mishra's Research Desk and 50 feet of rope, because you never know when you're going to need 50 feet of rope. Well, it has to do with target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. You basically tie them up with the rope, or if they have walls, you can get around the walls, or you can venture into the dungeon. Oh yeah. Okay, let's talk about lands. Evolving Wilds, Blast Zone, Takashi's Dig Site, Demolition Field, and of course, swamps and mountains. So, pretty straightforward deck. Looks to be really fun to play. I cannot wait to play it. So, anyway, thank you for joining us today. If you're on the lookout for cards, go check out our friends over at Geekified. You can find them at geekifiedoiowa.com. And if you want to know when we're having our next video, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join us in the Discord, which you should be doing the last thing anyway, because it's so much fun in there. We play games. We talk about all sorts of geeky things. It's a fun time. Might also be some giveaways, too. So it might behoove you to be in there. So anyway, we want to thank you again for spending time with us. And with that, that's all we have for today. And because of that, our meeting is now adjourned, but we hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.